What's up YouTube, this is Beatmania777 here with another deck profile for you. This time it's going to be Koa'ki Meiru OTK. Without further ado, I'll get to the list and then I'll show you some combos afterwards. So here we have the main card of the deck is 3 Knights. He's going to be like tour guide on crack and he's the main starter of the OTK. It's essential to run 3. Here we have Crusader, the main target for Knight, and yeah, he's basically a really good beat stick, as many of the cards in this deck are. The second part to the OTK is going to be Koa'ki Meiru Maximus. He's a boss monster by himself, and he's extremely offensive, and he can just drop on the field and just wreck face. I run 3 just because of consistency, but you can run 2, I think. Next we have 3. I have a proxy for Kage to Kage. Essential to the OTK, he's the third and final part. When you normal summon a monster, you special summon this, and yeah. Just another piece of the OTK, and an alternative to the OTK is Rescue Rabbit. The target for Rescue Rabbit is going to be 3 Dream Werewolves. So yeah, this guy basically comes out, does 4k. If you have Rabbit, Kage to Kage, and Maximus, you have another OTK there. This has become kind of a staple for me in this format, is 3 Swift Scarecrow. I prefer hand defense as opposed to actual back rows. It's just kind of my playstyle and what the format kind of led to. Next we have 2 Maxi, another staple in this format. Just basically draw into your protection or draw into pieces of the OTK. And finally we have Ice, great target for Knight. He comes out, pops an XYZ monster, and then you swing for 39. Or he can contribute to the OTK as well. Next we have 3 Tenki. Card is great in this deck, has so much synergy. I'll show you another play with that later. Here we have 3 Iron Core. If you're gonna run 3 Maximus, you run 3 Core. It's just really good for consistency. You want to open up with Knight and Maximus in this as often as possible. Next we have Core Transfer Unit. A lot of people see this card, they're like, what does that do? You basically pitch a card and search for a core, and then it kind of stays there dead. So this will get your core more consistently, and it's basically essential to the OTK. Next we have Duality. Here you have searches for your OTK or searching for protection, so you can stall more and just get another few turns to piece together the OTK. Now we have 1 MST. A lot of people might say, why do you run 1 MST in an OTK deck? One of the main arguments is space. It's really hard. I tried to keep it at 40, so I'm sure you could work into if you really want the trap destruction instead of some of the other choices. Here we have 1 Day of Peace. A lot of people are against this card, but it's an OTK deck, so you're either stalling for a turn or you're attacking and exploding. So you want to stall as much while you're piecing together the OTK. So here we have the staples: Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm. No real explanation needed. And here we have more protection choice. I would run Threatening over Waboku, but I didn't have any, so and it's basically just to stall for a turn. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go to the extra deck, and the extra deck is missing a lot. So it's basically just level 4 spam. So if it's a rank 4 and you run it in this. But one of the main cards is Tiger King, and I can actually show you one of the combos of the deck now. We have Knight and Core. And what that's going to do is get you summon Urnite, activate effect by revealing core. You special summon one of your Beast Warrior targets, which is Crusader. And then you exceed. This is in your hand. Tiger King comes out. You get a Tenki, activate it, and you get a second Urnite. So you basically get a free Tenki and a free Tiger King. It's essentially like backwards Fire Fists. And then while I'm explaining, I guess I can explain the OTK. You summon Urnite, and you have Maximus, Core, and Kage Tokage. So 4-card OTK. So summon Urnite, special Kage. Kage has 11 attack. You activate, special Crusader or Ice, and then you banish this to special Maximus for exactly 8,000 attack. Maximus can pop, and if you bring out Ice, you can clear 2 cards on their field and attack for 8,000. That's the main OTK. The alternative to that would be Rescue Rabbit, Kage Tokage, and Maximus, because the 2 Gene Warps come out with 4,000 attack, and it's essentially the same thing minus the toolbox. Other cards you run in the extra deck are basically, like I said, main level 4s. You don't run any level 3s. This is just an old extra deck. Corn is really good. That's not so good. Shockmaster you can also run 2 of because of the Kage Tokage, if you so choose. So I don't really have that good of a side worked out, but the main other extra deck I'm missing is King Feral Imps. The King of Feral Imps allows you to search for your Kage Tokage, and you can just drop him. So like, you basically use Urnite to get parts of your OTK, or just constant pressure. And yeah, so Urnite can get you the Feral King Imp, can get you a Kage Tokage, or you can Urnite Kage Tokage into a Shockmaster. This deck is really one of the most versatile OTK decks I've seen in a while. Personally, I'm a really big fan of Koa'ki Meiru's, and I've been trying to make them playable since I found Urnite, which was absolute power force. Yeah, so give the deck a try. If you're a fan of Koa'ki's, you'll definitely appreciate it. If you play the deck conservatively, it's gonna just frustrate the hell out of your opponent. So yeah, if you see anything wrong with the deck, if you see any changes you might make, feel free to discuss them in the comment section. Otherwise, thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, have a good day.